Hey, what do you know? It's time to do a Kershaw review by Nutnfancy. This is a Kershaw Blackout. This one actually is circa about 2004, and I'll talk about the differences as I know them between this model and the current models of Blackout. But like a lot of the Kershaw designs, I dig it. It's a great knife, and I'm going to put this in the category of both EDC knife and also folding tactical knife. It could serve either purpose quite well. Let's get going here. I'm going to start off with the handle. They call it a polyamide handle, which, you know, call it what you want, FRN, Zytel, plastic, it's the same. The nice thing that Kershaw's done about this handle is they've sculpted it nicely. Not sculpted it, but molded it nicely. And that it has a nice shape to it. It's ergonomic and it's easy to grip. And also it has actually some functional checkering on the side, which is rare for a molded grip. There are a couple grips out there that do this. I would say maybe the Spyderco, like on this Pacific Salt knife. You got their Volcano grip. That has some traction on it. And that's a Zytel grip. Maybe Benchmade on some of their versions. This would be a Benchmade Ascent. By the way, no longer in production, sadly. But yeah, it had some traction on it. And then of course the Cold Steel Voyager models are able to do it. So just because we have a Zytel or plastic handle doesn't mean we can't have some traction in it. And more manufacturers need to realize this, and because there's some Zytel handles out there that are really slick that aren't so great. Well, let's see, this Mirage from Columbia River Knife and Tool would be an example. This is a slick sided Zytel handle. By the way, this knife's no longer made, but that's just an example. But fortunately, the Blackout by Kershaw does a good job on it. It has a nice inset of checkering. I would like to see the whole blade or the whole handle covered in that, you know? Why don't we just do the whole handle? It's more, you know, more traction I can get on my handle, the better. I like it that way. Now, what's the weight on this? Well, if I look at my spreadsheet, which is like hiding from me, let's just throw it on the scale here and we'll look for ourselves. It's not a super lightweight. 3.8 ounces is what the Kershaw Blackout will be. Now again, my arbitrary limit for both EDC and folding tactical knives is about 4 ounces, meaning that if it's over 4 ounces, I myself have found that I just don't carry it because I have too many other options that are lighter weight and more comfortable to carry. That's just me though, and I know a lot of guys out there just don't care about the weight. They'll carry a, you know, an 8-ounce folding knife and just dig it. That's cool, but that's me. I like a lightweight knife. So, but this falls in under my arbitrary 4-ounce limit, so it does good that way. Now, that being said, it's also reinforced. This has stainless steel liners in the knife. If you look down yonder inside the handle, you'll see them there. I think Kershaw may have done a, maybe could have skeletonized those because they are not drilled out. They're solid stainless steel liners in that polyamide handle. So I'd really like to see them, all manufacturers, just not Kershaw. Every time you put a stainless steel liner in a synthetic handle, guys, drill it out as much as possible or skeletonize it. You don't lose anything in weight or in strength, and you gain a lot in weight. So that would be super awesome if you guys could start doing that. Now, that being said, it's still not a showstopper because this falls in under 4 ounces, so not too bad. So overall, the handle is strong. With those stainless steel liners, we're going to have more torsional strength in this knife, maybe perhaps in a 100% G10 or Zytel handle knife, kind of like the Almars that I showed you. So if you want more strength in your folder, you might get it with those stainless steel liners. I will still maintain though that a 100% Zytel or FRN handle for EDC and actually even some tactical designs is adequate. And I'll use again the Pacific Salt by Spyderco as an example. This has no liners in it at all. It's just 100% Zytel, and it's pretty darn strong side to side. Well, medium strong. So enough about the handle. Ergonomic, nice, I like it. How about the blade? Well, my blade, and actually this is a 1550. I said it was a 1570. This is a 1550 version, and my blade steel is unfortunately in 440A, which sucks. I don't like 440A stainless steel. I think it's too soft. I have done some EDC work with this knife, and it did hold an edge okay. It wasn't too bad. But I'm glad to see that Kershaw has since upgraded at least the current models in 13C26 Sandvik steel, so that's a little bit better, I think, than 440A. If given choice, obviously I'd opt for that 13C steel. Now, how about the blade shape? Not too bad, I like it. And they chose not a full flat grind on it, but the grind they have on it is more than adequate, very serviceable. They're going about mid-spine down on the grind. And of course, like I have done with a lot of my knives, I did change the geometry on this blade because I thought it was a little bit too steep. I wanted it shallower. So I didn't do it. I had it done for me by someone who's much more skilled and has the proper tools, i.e. a low-speed, water-lubricated grinding wheel to do it. And he did a great job on it. That's Razor's Edge in Salt Lake City, Utah, by the way. Great job. And now this knife has the edge that I really like on it, because once we shallow that angle out, it's just so much easier to get a razor sharp edge on it. Dig it. Black coated, and it's got that titanium nitride coat on it, which is very attractive. In my opinion, pretty durable too. Decent. Let's talk about the deployment speed. It is an assisted opener with a torsion bar, and it's fast, and it just feels good. I love it. It's just a great deployment speed. I don't know why some guys like to take that out and they prefer just a manual deployment. I'm not one of those. I like assisted openers a lot, and it's one of the reasons why I say that an automatic knife really isn't needed. There's so many outstanding assisted opening designs, kind of like this Blackout by Kershaw, the Avalanche, the Blurs, the Benchmades. It just goes on and on. Actually, the Benchmade 940, which is not even an assisted opener, is so well balanced it might as well be an automatic. And that thing comes out so wicked fast, it's not even funny. I've already done a separate video on that, and you can watch that. So the deployment speed on the Blackout, excellent. How about the lockup? No movement either way. Tight, tight. And by the way, this knife has seen some years of use by me, and it has never loosened on me, ever. And if it did, at least side to side, we have an ability to adjust and fine-tune that play on it. And there it is. Thumb stud is decent. It's only for right-handers, so you lefties might not like it because I guess you could reverse it, I'm sorry. So it is reversible. And the thumb stud is finely checkered. You get good purchase on that, so very nice. I love the assisted openers. They rock. The other cool thing about the handle, if we reverse it like so in our hand, so this sweep goes under our thumb, we have a really good impact device for non-lethal encounters. If you put that on a pressure point, you know, in someone's thigh, that's going to hurt a lot. It could be lethal if you go temple with it, so be advised. But it's still another way you can use. Most tactical blades will offer that to you. That's really cool. And that brings us to our clip. How's the clip on the Blackout? Well, of course, they mounted it on the wrong freaking side, like they always do. They pivot mounted it. They should have mounted it here, and they should have put it right at the end of the handle. Kershaw, if you ever watch this, please change that if you would, or at least give users the option. Drill and tap that side out, and then shape this clip so it follows the contours of the handle, so the user can go either way, pivot mounted or tip up. That would be nice. But, you know, that would be in a perfect world, and we don't live in a perfect world. Some guys, and rightfully so, will give this a hit. This is a supposed lanyard hole on the Blackout, and on this version of 1550 Blackout, it's way too small. You'd actually have to put some type of steel, you know, some type of steel mechanism through there, then attach it to the steel mechanism, because it's entirely too small to be able to thread a nylon rope through that. Not so great. Now the clip itself, just like almost all Kershaw clips, save their junkyard designs, which look like they came from The Wizard of Oz. They're just goofy looking. This clip is very nice, blackened, low profile, long enough, and it's just nicely done. I've had no issues carrying this at all. And in fact, even though it's pivot mounted, it's high enough where most of the knife hides pretty well. So at least they got that right. That's very nice. So that's a Kershaw Blackout. As usual, I'm running out of time. There's so much to discuss. It is around $50 to $55, and it is an excellent EDC / emergency tactical knife should you need it. Great blade shape. Now they're offering it in better steel. It's super fast deployment. Nice lockup. It's a good looking knife. Very ergonomic handle. Decent clip, although it's on the wrong side. And it's just a good cutter. Great serviceable knife that you could use for any role. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Nutnfancy.